Hello, welcome to the 3D market commentary for today. I'm just going to put the disclaimers up here on the left hand side so you can read them. Please read them and pause the video if you need to as well if I go too quickly. Now today is Tuesday, March the 22nd, and we're going to go through our 3D market commentary, which is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday, to accompany an email that we send out every day, Monday to Friday, to our free members. Now, if you have any questions as we go through, you can email me, which is becky@tradewithufos.com. You also have support@tradewithufos.com as well. And you also have this link here, which is tradewithufos.com/Becky. Takes you to this link, and you can go here for resources and support and questions as well. Got different apps and platforms at the start. You can book one-on-one coaching if you'd like to, or you can scroll down, log in for free and ask a question here. Now, it might be that the question you have has already been asked, in which case the answer is already there. So you might not need to log in and ask a question. If you don't see the question that you're looking for, then you can do somebody else that favor later on down the line by logging in and posting that question there for free. Okay, so 3D market commentary. Let me bring up, I said that we send an email out every day to our free members, so let's bring that up. This email has information on major world markets, looking at statistical probabilities and likelihoods per market. Now, we call it a 3D approach or a 3D market commentary because we're looking at three main statistical elements per market. So we'll go through and expand per market and show you what we mean and expand on this email. Now, the first element that we look at is what we call market climate. It's essentially what's the likely upcoming market direction. Is the market likely to go up or down or nowhere? Now, we use an app to help us. It's called Auto Climate. It's a free app on most platforms you can get it on. And the dots on this app is what show us where the probabilities lie. So if it's a thick blue dot, that tells us probability is more likely upwards. If it's a thick red dot, that tells us probability is more likely downwards. And if it's a thin dot of either colour, that tells us not enough probability in either direction. So we'll look at that per market to understand where probabilities lie. Then we'll look at buy and sell UFOs. UFOs in this case stands for unfilled orders. And what it means is, where do we have buy orders or buyers that could push price up? Where do we have sellers or sell orders that could push price down? We use an app to help us. It's called Auto UFOs, and that's what this little app is here. The green UFOs with the prices on the right hand side show us buyers. The red UFOs with the prices on the right hand side show us sellers. So we'll look at where the buyers and sellers are in each of these markets, and then we'll look at market volatility, which is how quickly we expect the markets to move. Now, we're looking at 5 major world markets, and for each of them we're looking at a daily chart. So different things happen on different time frames. What we're going to be looking at is relevant to a daily chart. We're starting with the S&P 500, which is the top 500 US stocks. So let's get started with that. We have on the S&P 500 a thick blue dot. That tells us probability is upwards, so more likely to move up. We have buyers underneath us between 4406.75 to 4320.25. And we've got quite a way to go before we hit the sellers, up at 46.95 to 46.71.75. So overall, probability upwards for the time being, buyers nearby, overall likelihood to the upside. Now, in terms of volatility, we'd expect that in 1 year, the S&P 500 would move up or down by 23.43%. So in a day, that's 65.9 points. In a week, 145.07 points, and in a month, 302 points, up or down. So the next market is crude oil. Now, here we go. With crude oil, we have a thick blue dot, probability upwards. Now, current price is here, and we have buyers here between 104.67 to 100.96, and we have sellers here between 130.5 to 115.54. Now, basically, we might hit the buyers or the sellers today. It's, I don't know, might happen. It's kind of reasonably likely, I guess. If we hit the sellers first, then we'd expect them to push price down. If we hit the buyers first, then we'd expect them to push price up. For the time being, probability is that price does move up. So it's actually more likely that price moves up and hits the sellers, and then we've got sellers pushing back down at that point. For the time being, slight probability there to the upside with oil. Now, in terms of volatility, we'd expect that oil would move up or down in 1 year of 70.78%. In a day, that's 4.81 points up or down. In a week, 10.59 points up or down. Or in a month, 22.05 points up or down. So before we move on to the next market, just to highlight up here that we do a variety of courses that teach you how to use these apps and this software and how to apply methodology to futures, stocks, and Forex. We have courses on how to build trading plans, how to backtest them, and also how to manage your trading psychology. Now, most of the courses come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps that we use. Now, AutoClimate, this one here, is a free app on most platforms that you can use it on. Auto UFOs, which is this one here, the buyers and sellers. This is a paid for monthly subscription, and it depends on which platform you use as to how much it costs per month. Now, you can subscribe directly to the Auto UFOs. You don't have to do a course in order to get them. You can just subscribe and use them directly. However, most of the time, it's actually cheaper to get a course and get free access for 3 months than it would be to just use the UFOs for 3 months. So check that out, see what works best for you. So moving on to the next market, which is gold. Now with gold, we have a thin red dot. Doesn't really matter that it's red. The fact that it's a thin dot is AutoClimate telling us there's not enough probabilities here. This market doesn't know what it's doing. Now, we have sellers up here between 2015.1 to 1960.6. We've got fair room to go before we hit the buyers down at 1815.8 to 1788.5. So overall, we're closer to the sellers, more likely to hit them sooner, but overall, not enough probability to call it either way because the climate is showing us an unconfirmed situation. We don't know what's going on. Now, in terms of volatility on gold, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 21.89%. So in a day, 26.55 points. In a week, 58.44 points. And in a month, 121.65 points. So overall, with gold, not enough probability either way. Now, the next market is the US dollar. And before I do that, just a highlight here about the coaching and support that we offer. Now, we do a lot for free. We do a lot of sessions on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn that you can access for free. We also have a closed coaching environment where you can sign up for a small monthly fee and get access to live trading videos and extra resources as well. Okay, next market is the US dollar. So let's build this in. Here we go. Okay, so the US dollar right now has a thick blue dot, probability upwards. We are also within buyers right now. So we have buyers here between 98.635 to 97.85. So overall probability up. We've also got room before we hit sellers between 99.995 to 99.7. Overall probability up here for the US dollar. In terms of volatility on the US dollar, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year by 8.88%. So in a day, 0.55 points. In a week, 1.22 points, and in a month, 2.53 points, up or down. Okay, last but not least is the bakkt Bitcoin, our last market here. Now, as I load this, just to show down here about our top platform, top stands for Predictive Options Planner. So if you're an options trader, then it's especially helpful because of the exclusive options-based apps that help you in top. But otherwise, even if you trade stocks, Forex or futures, Top is a great platform to use because it integrates the apps that we use in our methodology. So it's a great platform to use for analysis purposes as well. Okay, so backed Bitcoin. Thick blue dot, probability up, however. So we've got probability pushing to the upside, but what we have here are sellers that are going to be pushing to the downside right now, pretty much where price is immediately. So those sellers are between 45,205 to 42,935. What we've got here at the moment is a fight going on. Sellers pushing down, buyers pushing up. Who's got more of them? Who's got more buy orders or sell orders? No idea. Which means that we kind of want to keep out of it. There's no point trading where we don't have clear probabilities in one direction, and this one doesn't have clear probabilities in one direction. It's a fight going on between the two. In terms of volatility with Bitcoin, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year by 74.14%. In a day, that's 1,985.26 points. In a week, 4,370.35 points. And in a month, 9,097.61 points, either up or down. So that's each of our markets. For each of them, we've looked at market climate, buy and sell UFOs, and market volatility. Now, the last thing to look at is our weekly economic calendar. We get it from fxstreet.com, and we filter by high impact news because we want to know which scheduled news reports are going to impact the markets that we trade. Now, we are looking here today at Tuesday, March 22nd, which means at 9:15 Eastern time today, we have some news that could come out that could affect European markets or the euro. So be aware of that if you trade the euro or European markets. Now, if you have any questions about what we covered today, you can email me, which is becky@tradewithufos.com, or you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky. You can get different apps and platforms from the top here. You can book one-on-one coaching, or you can come and ask questions in this area for free, or you might see that the answer to your question is already in there. I will wish you guys a great rest of your trading week. I will see you again on Friday. So have a great rest of your trading week and see you soon. Bye-bye.